The lights dim and the runway glows in a spectrum of gold and rose. A crowd hushes, phones rise, flashes begin. A voice echoes through the speakers with smooth confidence. Welcome to Bioglam Curvy Models, where every curve tells a story. Music swells deep and bold, a beat that pulses like self-assurance itself. The first models step out, elegant, powerful, unapologetic. Among them, one woman shines like light bouncing off sequins, Jissel Pacheco. She walks with the rhythm of freedom. Her hips move with grace, her smile with defiance. There's something magnetic in her stride, something that makes you pause, not just because she's beautiful, but because she knows she is. Like if glitter had a personality. In the beginning, Jissel didn't always feel like this. Confidence wasn't something she was handed, it was something she had to build, polish, and fight for. Growing up, she saw magazines that told her what beauty should look like, and it rarely looked like her. Every page seemed to whisper, too thick, too soft, too much. But Jissel had a quiet rebellion in her heart, a little voice that said, what if I am enough, just as I am? She didn't know it yet, but that question would become her life's anthem. Bioglam Curvy Models started as an idea, a movement really, to redefine what fashion could look like when it stopped excluding and started celebrating. The founders believed that beauty wasn't a size, it was an energy, a presence, a confidence that came from knowing your worth. Jissel walked into one of their open calls with trembling hands and a radiant smile. She didn't fit the traditional mold, but that's exactly why they chose her. The first shoot was chaos. Lights flashing, makeup artists rushing, stylists whispering. Jissel stood in front of the camera wearing a sequin dress that hugged every curve. For a moment, she felt all her old doubts creeping in. What if people laughed? What if the internet was cruel? But then she caught her reflection in the mirror. She saw not flaws, but fire. This is me, she whispered. The photographer looked up and said, don't move, that's the shot. That moment became a signature image. Jissel, glowing, bold, and unfiltered. It went viral across social media with a caption she wrote herself. Self-love is not arrogance, it's survival. From that day, Gissel's name became synonymous with curvy femme fashion. She began collaborating with designers who were finally waking up to the reality that inclusivity isn't optional, it's essential. Bioglam turned her into a face of empowerment campaigns, and soon she was walking runways that once ignored women like her. But behind the sparkle, Jissel kept things real. She spoke openly about insecurities, mental health, and the pressure of being a body positivity icon. Confidence isn't a switch you flip, she said in an interview. It's something you practice every day, like kindness, like love. Her followers, now millions strong, call her the Glitter Queen. Her Instagram bio reads, like if glitter had a personality, plus-size femme fashion, self-love, and confidence. Each post is a small manifesto, bright outfits, soft smiles, unapologetic captions. She dances in videos wearing bold colors and body-hugging silhouettes. Every movement says, you can shine too. Her DMs are full of messages from women who say she changed their lives. A teen afraid to wear shorts, a mom rediscovering her body after childbirth, a trans woman learning to love her reflection. She reads them all, sometimes crying, sometimes laughing, always grateful. We healed together, she writes back. Fashion brands began to see what authenticity could do. When Jissel partnered with Bioglam for their Curvy Femme collection, the campaign broke records. It wasn't just clothes, it was representation. Billboards went up in New York, Miami, Los Angeles. Jissel, hands on hips, sequins glimmering, hair like a halo. The tagline read, confidence is couture. Behind the scenes, she worked with young models just starting out. She would stand beside them during fittings, adjusting straps, fixing posture, whispering, you belong here, every inch of you. Those moments meant more to her than any contract. I remember when I needed someone to say that to me, she'd tell the Bioglam team. She became a mentor, not just a model, a symbol for anyone who ever felt invisible in their own skin. At panels and conferences, she spoke about diversity not as a marketing trend, but as a moral obligation. When you see yourself reflected in beauty, you start to believe you're worthy of it, she told an audience once. That belief changes everything. Her journey wasn't linear. There were setbacks, online trolls, harsh critiques, self-doubt creeping back in, but Jissel faced them all with grace and humor. "You can't dim my shine," she'd post, followed by a wink emoji and a photo in a dress that caught the light like armor. Bioglam began expanding globally, and Jissel became their ambassador for Latin America. She filmed a documentary series showcasing curvy fashion across cultures, from Brazil to the Dominican Republic to Mexico. Each episode told stories of women redefining beauty in their own communities. "This isn't about trends," Jissel said in one scene, sitting on a beach at sunset. "It's about truth." Her laughter filled the air, rich and infectious. "Curvy girls don't need permission to sparkle," she said, tossing glitter into the wind as the camera rolled. That shot became iconic, later used in Bioglam's global campaign. Everywhere she went, she carried her message like a crown. Self-love plus confidence. It wasn't just words, it was a revolution in heels. Years passed, but Jissel never forgot her roots. She returned to her hometown to host a workshop called The Mirror Project, where women wrote love letters to their bodies. There were tears, laughter, and a lot of glitter. She stood in the center, reading hers out loud. "To the body that carries me through storms, that curves where it pleases, that glows when I let it. Thank you. I'm done apologizing for existing." Applause filled the room. Cameras captured the moment, but the real magic was in the faces of those women, radiant, free, seen. Her influence reached beyond fashion. She began collaborating with mental health organizations, encouraging body neutrality and emotional wellness. "Loving yourself doesn't mean loving every part of yourself every day," she explained in a campaign video. "It means showing up anyway, wearing the dress, taking the picture, living your life." She launched her own line under Bioglam, Jissel Pacheco, Bioglam Curvy, a collection of dresses and streetwear for every mood. Each tag carried a small quote from her. "You deserve to take up space." The launch sold out within days. Critics praised her authenticity. "She's not just selling clothes, she's selling liberation," one magazine wrote. Jissel kept her sparkle humble. When asked how she stays grounded, she laughed. "I have a Latina mom. She'll remind you real quick." She often talked about her family, the people who believed in her long before the cameras did. Her mother once told her, "Mijat, your body is your home. Decorate it however you want." That line became a Bioglam campaign slogan. Social media clips of her talking about body confidence went viral again and again. She told young followers, confidence isn't about being the loudest in the room, it's about knowing you belong in it. Her videos were part pep talk, part poetry. Her voice had rhythm, her words warmth. As Bioglam continued to grow, Jissel became more than a face of the brand, she was its heartbeat. The company launched mentorships for aspiring curvy models, and she led the first class. Watching them walk down the runway for the first time, she cried behind the scenes. "They did it. We did it," she whispered. In interviews, she often said she didn't want to be the exception, she wanted to be the beginning. Representation shouldn't be rare, she said. It should be reality. Her story became the subject of a documentary called Like If Glitter Had a Personality, directed by Bioglam Studios. The film followed her through fashion weeks, photo shoots, and quiet nights at home journaling about her dreams. The final scene showed her looking into a mirror, whispering to her reflection, "I love you," before walking towards the runway lights. Audiences wept, cheered, stood in ovation. The documentary wasn't about fame, it was about freedom. As her platform expanded, Jissel began working with international curvy icons and launching workshops on self-expression, public speaking, and confidence training. Her philosophy was simple. Confidence is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Bioglam Curvy Models became a global name, redefining not just fashion, but empowerment itself. And at the center of it all, Jissel Pacheco kept shining. Still that same girl who once wondered if she was enough. Now, she was telling the world they all were. She ended one of her speeches with words that echoed long after the applause faded. "When I walk the runway, I'm not walking alone. I'm walking for every woman who thought she had to shrink to fit in. I'm here to say, take up space, baby. The world needs your light." The screen fades to black, soft music plays, a final message appears. Like if glitter had a personality, Bioglam Curvy Models presents Jissel Pacheco, self-love and confidence. The crowd roars, the lights flare, and Jissel walks forward once more, shining not just in sequins, but in purpose. Her presence fills the room radiant, unstoppable, free. Because confidence in her world is the new couture. And glitter? It finally has a name.